Cool. Perfect. I always do this. All right. So what we're doing today is we are working on a lot of different stuff. So what we got is um, Pydantic AI coming out. Liking a lot what I see. There's certain things that I want to do with it. Start using it in production systems. I have people that are talking to me about building things out, and so I got a lot of kind of loose ends, a lot of code, a lot of tools and stuff. So we're getting it ready for prime time. So we have this project of mine called DSL model. And right now it uses DSPy for certain stuff, but I don't like what it's doing. I mean, the way that I implemented it was crazy. So we're just going to do well, I already have some code in a different project. We'll just get to it. All right. So I was playing around with Pydantic AI, and I have these tools. So basically, I have this from prompt pattern. So we're just going to grab this code, and we're going to go back to DSL model. And here we're going to go to the documentation. It's funny, everybody that I've seen so far that's doing the Pydantic agents and stuff are just going through the tutorials and stuff. So let's do some actual work. uh, we'll just start here because we want grok examples. We don't want slim. No. This is a multiple use cases. This is let's just do all of it. I like just doing all of it. All right, so we got the pip, but actually we have I just want to do, I have a CLI thing for this. Pydantic All-in-One is one of my projects. We got a ton of stuff. PyProject Tom. Okay. Let's check the project. Jigen. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff that I'm working on. -AI. Okay, cool. Let's update. Let's update it. Poetry update. Let's see if there's any updates. Nope. All right, we're up to date. All right, cool. So in DSL model, we got a lot of really cool tools, a lot of easy ways to work around with stuff. So, but first we need to change something. Okay, wait. Sorry, guys. We're making it. We're building the plane or whatever live. I think one day soon, like this will all be wrapped up. It'll all be smooth. All this stuff will make sense. Then we'll start making those 3-minute videos. That's the goal. Then we make all the money. Then, we retire or whatever. Probably not. Pydantic AI tools. Perfect. I'll just drop that in there. Okay, so we have our little lapse time thing. All right. So one of the things is I have this helper function, this instance that gets an agent, uses the default. All right. We're going to just kind of be quick about this. So I already have this instance mixin from prompt. So we're just going to go to the mixins and to from DSL. Yeah, does this have the from prompt? No, it has the DSPy DSL mixin. Okay, so in the to from, we're going to add from. Well, we're just going to change from prompt here. This gen instance. Yeah, we're not we're not using. We'll just swap it. It doesn't really matter because this from signature lets us run a signature first, run a predictor. So we got a lot of stuff already. So that's one of the reasons why I'm kind of bouncing back and forth, is like so much of this I built already, but just going to kind of slow down, realize like, all right, we're in the tools. So all we have to do is this instance prompt quargs. Yeah. So we change it to, oh yeah, because it's all, okay. One of the things is that everything in PydanticAI is await async. Even the synchronous is just a wrapper function around async. And one of the problems is when you go async, you have to make everything async. I did that in the past, and then I went away from it, but now we're back in it. So we're going to have a PydanticAI mixin. We're just going to leave this way, and then yeah, we'll have agent model. Yeah, exactly. It can use the other mixins, so it just won't use this mixin. This is one of the reasons why I made all the mixins, is that we'll have all these things to use. So that's what it'll be. All right, we're on track. Cool. So in DSL model, we'll just keep the DSL model the way it is now, and maybe merge them, but let's just keep making progress. Agent model. Yeah, agent model. And so then we just take this, oops, that's not the one. DSL model, PydanticAI tools, CLS. That's fine. Agent model. That's what we want. Okay, so then let's look at the DSL model, and I want all the mixins other than the DSPy one. Okay. So one of the things about it is that some of this stuff, like for instance, the reason why if you do async, you want to start going down all the async ways, is if you don't, this can like block stuff. Blocking stuff is a bad time. So that means that we got to the one of the ways that I deal with it in other places is using threads. But I have people that are talking to me about wanting like big time versions of this. So we're just going to have to go in and make an async version of this. So let's just grab this and say, we'll just go to ChatGPT and start hammering away, basically. All right. So ChatGPT, we're working on the video. So we'll go to PydanticAI Assistant, because it kind of knows about some of this stuff already, and basically say, I need to, we'll just do this. I need to start refactoring my framework so that everything is asynchronous. Okay, usually that works. I need to, I got cool stuff like, for instance, automatically generating file names. That we might have to. So there's all this stuff that I have that's DSPy that we'll start refactor. That's what basically we're going to be doing, is because there's so much stuff that's DSPy, and we need to start moving it to PydanticAI, just because I mean, it's just what we need to do. All right, so we'll just get started. Okay, and so then let's say call it. Well, we're just going to say you create unit tests. Actually, this is something we'll do. We'll use the O1 on VS Code for. So let's get into it. But actually, we'll rename it async on our side, so that because we have mix-ins, and then this is good because we'll just have the async versions, and if you want to use the sync, you can async file handler mixin, and we won't call it DSL mixin, so that's actually yeah. Oh, okay. Well, we can just call it hot file handler mixin. We'll just have the other ones have DSL in it. That way, we don't have to do async in front of everything for the rest of time. That's one of those things. It's like if you start naming stuff async, you got to name everything async, and it's a journey. It's definitely a journey. So, to YAML. Okay, yeah, we're doing the file handler, and we're just assuming that it's because it's the to from DSL. Because when you look at the to from, we're gonna have to make this async as well. Yeah, because I think what's going to happen eventually is we're going to start migrating out. Like if PydanticAI is doing async, then we should be doing async anyway. So this is really just a migration phase. I don't think anybody's using this framework anyway. So let's just start moving. We'll just move because in reality, my DSL model isn't that great. And, DSPy is good, but it's more of a specialty thing. The way I was using it was like a intermediate step anyway. So it's fine. We'll just start migrating stuff. Okay. So we have this file handler mixin. Okay. So we can actually just move this. We don't need a to from mixin as well, because basically, no, I like the to from. So we'll just make it async. And we'll say convert this to be async as well. Yeah, we're going to have to test all this stuff anyway. Yeah. Got a lot of like janitorial work to do. Well, actually, though, only. Okay. So the two, if we look at the from dict model from a dictionary, yeah, that from YAML, yeah, we'll just make it all that. So that's one of those things. Since we started making it async, everything becomes async, and it's just a way of life. Okay. So yeah, these are from Pydantic anyway. All right. So this is, and we need to rename this. We're taking out the DSL mixin and the bound to base model. Yeah. And we're not going to overwrite it, just so you guys know, don't just overwrite it for no reason, meaning just create a new file. Because until we're absolutely sure that we've changed everything, having it to look at it as essentially kind of like an in-file diff makes a big difference. Whereas if we deleted this and tried to change it and rename it and all this stuff, basically we're creating all of these complexities for no reason, right? You have to ask, like, is renaming the file such a big, is it worth it? And what I'm saying is that we're changing so much anyway, let's just leave it as is, and then we're migrating incrementally. So hello to whoever's watching or no longer watching. Makes sense. All right. So cool. To from package. To from Nixon. Actually, the to JSON, let's leave the indent at 2. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. To from Mixin. Somebody joined in on Discord. It's A again. A likes to bounce in and out. I don't know. Maybe one day he'll stick around, but who knows? All right, we got that. So far, we're not worried about DSPy. This is what has our from prompt and stuff like that. So this is our agent model, has the from prompt in it with this instance mixin. So let's call it a agent mixin. Is that what we want? No, we'll just have an instance mixin for right now. And we'll move refactor. Sorry, buddy. Take a nap. That's Mark the dogger. He's got to take a nap. We will move instant mixin to DS. There's somebody else. Shashi, what's up? All right. So we're in the mixins. Yeah, mixins dot or slash instance mixin dot py. Let's refactor. Cut. We moved it out. Let's see if it made it. Perfect. All right. It was a good start. So then that's now the model. So we have agent model. So we will add in the to from mixin. And then we will add the file mixin. All right. Jinja, render defaults. Okay, this is a way to add like mock data and stuff like that. Didn't really find a ton of use for it, so we're just going to skip that one. Finite state machine, this is a pretty cool one. I think this is going to have a pretty big impact, but some of this stuff, how it changes state, this is based on DSPy. So we'll hold off on that for now. Okay. DSL model, file handler, we're good. Okay. Trying to think what's next. Well, let's see if this works. That's a good start. So in this other project, we had an example of this, I think. Main, yeah. So, yeah, go back. So one of the things I really like about Python is you can just drop a main in here, and then nothing, it doesn't get called or used unless you use the main. So what you do is you import Pydantic, and what you actually can do is, well, importing field doesn't matter because field's going to be in there anyway, so we'll just leave it in there. It's not a huge deal. All right, print model. This is, we need a if name, perfect. All right, let's see if this does anything. Okay. No module. Oh yeah, pip install. Okay. Yeah, we got a lot of work to do, as always. None type. Okay, get agent. Oh, okay. What we're doing is, I think this doesn't have a doc string. Right, okay. So if we're doing from prompt, doing instance, system prompt, no. We'll run it in debugger, see if we can catch it. All right. So when we get, by the time we get here, system prompt is none. Let's walk backwards. So get agent, system prompt is none. Okay. Okay, so this evaluates to none. I got it. So we'll say, we'll reverse it. That's what it is. We'll reverse it. That's all. So model dot doc for there we go. Okay, that should fix it. Oh. Hello world, we got it. Perfect. Okay. So if we now do this, because now we have our agent model. Oh, well then no, that's using instance mixin. So we'll kind of increment. That's the thing, is we're incrementally changing this, right? We got it working one way. Now we'll get it working the other way. Cool. Because the thing is, now we can do this. So we can say dot to YAML. Now this should break because to YAML is now a wait, right? It's a coroutine. So the thing about it is, and this is where we get into the like design of these things, is, for instance, is the conversion of this to YAML something that is going to take a lot of IO or anything like that? I would say no, right? If file path Oh, because this is async. All right, well, now it's async. That's one of those things, right? I was trying to split, but no, this makes more sense that I have it this way. So we'll just work with that. Yeah, we'll just work with that. All right, so now you can no longer just print, which is fine, such is life. So we'll just do YML equals await print YML. And so run it. Okay, that's what YAML looks like. Now we can do TOML. That's what TOML looks like. All right, so let's just add, let's just say something, some field dict, some field. I don't care. We're just experimenting, right? Okay, there you go. Right, some field, add random data here. Perfect. See, so now we have a TOML file. So now what we can do is we can grab this and say, we'll do this, watch. We'll say, convert this into a config example. Okay, perfect. Yeah, perfect. All right. So we're just going to wipe this out. We don't. Well, we'll just. Well, no. We could. What we can do is, and this is the reason why I put so much effort into it. We can do config dot to TOML, and then we don't need to put it in the right, because if you look at it, to TOML, if you give it a file path, it writes it to disk. So now we can just, we don't even need to do the async with. We can just do await. Yeah, and so then we don't need this. We don't need this. We move this back to here. All right, and then we move this back into here. All right, and then we run it. Perfect. And then if we look at config, perfect. All right. Let's add some settings. Settings, add database, debug settings, debug, DB, Microsoft API keys, this kind of stuff, right? Let's see what we get. Perfect. That's perfect, right? Beautiful TOML file. See? And you can see how much code it took. This is why I spent so much effort on this stuff, is try doing this any other way. You know, you can have your fancy frameworks and stuff like that. I'm going to be chilling. So now all I have to do is create a model, make it an agent model, and I just say from prompt, boom, here we go. So that's how we do that. So that's migrated. Okay, so let's look at what else we have in here. right? Template render. So this is a template. So this allows you to put Jinja templates in the prompt. Is that valuable? I'm not sure. So this is where we get into like what's the next level, because there's ways of handling these things with system prompts and trying to think about how this might be used. Let's get to the workflow system. Yeah, we're going to need the workflow system to work. Okay, so we got this ported. Now we can move to the workflow. Let's see if my tests work. It's been a while since I've done these things. So test workflow schedule. That is a lot of commented out. Do I have any of this? Any of these things? Workflow. Okay. I think I took out the models from here because they were causing dependencies issues. APS. Okay, no, I got it's DSPy. No. Workflow. Yes. Cron. Schedule. Execute workflow is already. All right, please work. All right, great. Okay, so we got this test if it prints hello. Okay, this tests the creation. This tests out the execution. Okay, so let's work on this one, right? Okay, so what we can do is we'll just take this and we'll say execute agent model, right? And we'll just take our example that we already have working, right? So we'll go to our agent model, take all of this. We won't take the TOML stuff right now because doing file system stuff is its own kind of headache, and we're just testing one thing at a time, right? We're unit testing. So let's go into here. Okay. Oh no. Async testing. All right. There's so much stuff that needs to be tested to get this to work. We're going to do it the other way. We're going to execute the action. We're going to take this. Actually, what we're going to do is we're not going to unit test it because I just want a happy path test. So we're actually going to go to here, our little workbench that works. And we're going to just, instead of executing it here, we're going to execute it in a workflow. So we got action locally. We're going to delete this, delete this, delete this. Print new context, whatever. Okay, so what we're going to do is let's try this as this. And actually, let's go back to this. And we're not gonna like delete a bunch of stuff. Let's see if this prints hello world, for instance. That's what we need to do. So let's see if it prints hello world. Yes, rendered code. Okay, so it didn't actually code. So let's do this because I need to remember how the workflow works. Okay, this is one of the reasons why I'm thinking I need to rewrite it from scratch, is just because it's async. This is not async. So let's just do this. Let's go back and go back. We're gonna that's the whole thing actually, because I've written multiple workflow engines. So let's just say we're gonna do this. We're gonna say let's design a workflow system for Pydantic AI. Okay. So let's just do this because I want to just see how well it works. We're going to say, can you put all of that into one file? Okay, so one of the things that I don't see, there's results. So actually, this is where we kind of get into the actual specifics. So this is a good way to learn more about how this works. So let's let's see how we can do it as dependencies. So so let's just start giving it the documentation to chew on. So we're going to say this, and we're going to say I'm going to grab this dependencies. And we're going to say results, right? Okay, now we're going to say, I want you to use the patterns set by, whoever's watching, use the pattern set by Pydantic AI to match with it doesn't matter if I spell right, fundamental workflow principles. And we'll see what that means. Okay. So this is not what I'm talking about. This is not what I'm talking about. For some reason, my voice doesn't work on this while I'm streaming. This is not what I'm talking about. Do you know what a workflow system is? Now I know it knows, but I'm just kind of saying. Okay, so where is the CTX? etc. Hello, whoever's watching. I need you to use all, I know what it is, of the conventions set by within the workflow system. Does this make sense? Okay. So wait. So for instance, stop doing this. This is not helpful. Okay. Okay. So we're just experimenting. This is one of those, like, I'd say this is, so in terms of these AI frameworks, my kind of hello worlds are always, can I make a Pydantic instance with them? Then the second one is, can I make a workflow system with them? Now I know existing workflows, there are existing workflows and stuff, but this is a good way to see, do I understand what's going on? Can I add the features that I want? What does it look like? Right. So now we've got our agent. So this is all the workflow existing stuff. So what I do is I do this. Let me close all tabs and group. So for those that are new to watching me, I always have these example folders in which I do the experiments. So I'm just checking. So we're doing in here, I just call it PyAI workflow. Actually, we're not doing a package. We're going to do a notebook. No, we're not. Well, let's try a notebook real quick. Running event loops in notebooks is also plain. So, but maybe I'm wrong. So we'll give it a shot. So this, and then run. So how do I use this in a notebook? Yeah, I think I'm definitely Yeah, the Nest Async IO was recommended before. I kind of turned it down, but I think also this will allow me to use the synchronous. But like I said, once you go synchronous, you better async IO. You better be willing to go all the way. It turns out I already had it. All right, right on. So let's throw that in here. And we run it. Task 1 is not defined. Okay. Oh yeah, and it's trying to use GPT-4. So what I have is my my get agent, and this uses the default model of the Grok 8 billion. So we're going to say use get agent instead of directly creating. And then we're going to say this copy path. Okay, so you see how like on all of a sudden how much cleaner it is. Depth type dict, result type dict. And instead we got this workflow result. Should be a dict or base model. I need you to stop creating junior code. Think like so this is just a pattern that I've figured out works really well, is just say that you want it to look like the core team of whatever library you're using, because then this is thinking, when you say think like Pydantic core team, well, who's going to write the best Pydantic code? Probably the core team. So all right, let's try this. We just delete this. Oh, well, we can just run main, I think. So we can just do await main. Let's see if that works. Okay, Let's try it. Wait. Okay, so this is fine. I mean, this is good. I want it to break, right? So the thing is, we're using the smallest model, one of the smallest models that I've found to work. So instead, since we're doing something a little bit more advanced, let's break the bank and use this. So let's run it. Oh, okay, still breaks. So that's interesting. So now we need to figure out what's wrong. So instead of spending time to figure it out, we'll just give it the error and let it figure it out. We are using so this is why it's weird. It's like model dump works just fine, but whatever. You want to do as dict, do as dict. I don't have any problem with that. Okay, so take this and we'll take this. Now all we have to do is take this and run it. Oh, that was running the agent model. Retry result validation. Okay. All right. So it's doing stuff, and so this is one of the reasons why then I always go to running it in a file, is because I don't like debugging in a notebook and stuff. So we just do. Actually, sorry, it's. So here we just go like right next door, new Pydantic file, PAI workflow. And instead we go and we'll go grab that main stuff. Okay, we already got this twice. Perfect. All right, breaks. Okay, that we don't care about. Final result is invalid. I do not want it to retry, rewrite the whole script like the So I'm tired of overwriting it. I'm saying, sorry guys, I realized. Do not create your own get agent. All right, let's see if this works. Okay, so let's look at the prompts. So we got our prompts, and then we say run. It overwrites its own run. We don't want it to overwrite its own run. We just want it to run. Oh, okay. Run. It's not an agent. Okay, workflow agent run. Okay. All right. So now we'll step through it. All right. Cool. So this will give us some insight into how this is constructed. All right. So we got our agent. Let's take a look at what workflow agent is. Protected attributes. Okay, so function tools, tool name 1. Okay, so let's increase the intelligence of the model. That's one thing we can do just to see if it's, because again, like I said, we're starting off with the really low level model, and then we're going to see how that, if that works, how that works, all that stuff. Split run. See, the reason why they always put GPT-4 in there first is because they want to make sure that their stuff always works. But, you know, I care about, can you guys use it for free, right? Can you know, how smart does it have to be in order to be able to figure out stuff? Okay, so it ran, it had to run 5 times. Okay, so with the smarter model, it did this. So let's, okay. Yeah, let's print the data. Prompt result. So wait, let's go to result, task to receive, process example. All right, after this, I'm going to take a break. Okay. We'll come back, you know. It's up to whoever's watching. We will, I'm going to take a step back and think about how to make this work. And then hopefully in the next video, I'm going to post this to the DSL model library for anybody that's interested. So see you guys later. Have a good one.